Let's talk about something you might have felt, but maybe couldn't quite put your finger on. It's this quiet, persistent pattern where certain ways of thinking or certain people just seem to go completely unnoticed for years, and then, much later, they're finally understood and valued.
So here's the question at the heart of it all. Does this sound familiar to you? Maybe you've felt it yourself, or you've seen it happen to someone else. It's that feeling of being just a little out of sync with everyone around you, where your way of seeing things, your efforts, they just don't seem to land. You feel consistently underestimated, only to find that years down the road, the world kind of catches up to where you were all along.
To really get why this happens, we have to look at the world we're all operating in. You see, most of our professional and social environments, they run on what you could call the currency of now. They're systems that are basically built to reward what's fast, what's visible, and what's easy to measure right this second.
And this really lays out the contrast, doesn't it? On one side, you've got these fast signals. That's the stuff that gets quick approval, being fast, fitting in, getting those short-term results. It's loud, it's clear, it's obvious. But then you have the other side, the long-term value. And this is about depth, about having a really clear vision inside, and about building something that's meant to last. And these things, they develop silently. They often go completely unnoticed in the short term. So what does that actually feel like for the person who's focused on that long-term stuff? What's going on inside their head when the rest of the world is looking for something else entirely?
Well, here's the real catch. When you're quietly building something complex, it could be an idea, a new skill, anything. From the outside, it can look like you're not doing much at all. That deep thinking, that process of getting clear in your own head before you act, it often gets mistaken for hesitation, for a lack of drive, even for passivity. All that real work is happening, it's just happening out of sight.
And this really gets to the core of it. Let's just sit with that for a second. That feeling of being underestimated, it might not be a mistake about your potential. Often, it's just the price you pay for building something on a timeline that other people just can't see yet. You're working from blueprints that only you have access to.
But of course, timelines move forward. And eventually, all that internal work starts to create something external. That quiet, deep effort starts to take on a shape that people can actually see. And this is the turning point. This is where time itself becomes a major character in the story.
Right, and here we are. This is really the central insight. For some people, respect isn't something you get from a series of flashy performances. It's not transactional like that. Instead, it's something that just grows out of the passage of time. It's only after enough time has gone by that the thing you were building all along finally becomes visible, and its strength can finally be seen by others.
So this whole experience, this phenomenon of delayed validation, it actually has a name. And sometimes just being able to put a name to a feeling can be incredibly clarifying.
It's called retrospective respect. Think about it. It's the respect you get for the work you were doing 5, maybe 10 years ago. It's that acknowledgement that only shows up after enough time has passed for all the dots to be connected, and the full picture that was in your head all along finally becomes clear to everyone else.
So where does this all leave us? This isn't about giving you a strategy for success or anything like that. It's really just about acknowledging a pattern. It's a final thought on how time and work and recognition sometimes fit together. The simplest truth is so often the most powerful, isn't it? Respect. It isn't always punctual. It doesn't always show up right when you're doing the hardest work, right when the effort is at its peak. And that's really the final piece of the puzzle. It arrives when the thing you built, the thing that took so long, can finally be placed next to the things that were built much faster. It's in that moment of comparison, long after the dust is settled, that the depth and the real value of your work can actually be seen. And it's not that people were wrong before, it's just that they couldn't see what you saw, not until they could.